It was a scorching hot summer afternoon in a quiet little neighborhood. The sun was blazing, the asphalt was baking, and the very air felt thick and lazy. In front of a modest house, on a soft mat, sat four tiny babies. Each one was just a year old, and all four were completely bald, no hair whatsoever. Their shiny little heads reflected the sunlight like four polished mirrors. Their names weren't important. Everyone just called them the four babies. They couldn't really talk, and they couldn't really walk, but they were absolute masters in one specific art form, mischief. Nearby, their mothers were chatting and laughing, enjoying a rare moment of peace, completely unaware of the tiny storm brewing. They thought the babies were safe. That was a big mistake. It started with baby one. His curious eyes spotted a plastic water bottle. He grabbed it, shook it, and a satisfying clack, clack, clack echoed in the quiet afternoon. Immediately, this sound became the center of the universe. Baby 2, moving with surprising speed, crawled over and tried to snatch it. Baby 3, giggling with pure delight, joined the chase. Baby 4, the spectator, just sat there, clapping his tiny hands as if he were watching the most exciting show on earth. Then, disaster, or perhaps destiny, struck. The bottle rolled away. All four babies froze in unison. A silent, shared understanding passed between them. Then, like a tiny, determined army, they all began to crawl towards their prize. The bottle came to a stop just near the edge of the road. Baby 1, the original discoverer, reached out and touched it, but his little hand was clumsy, and the bottle slipped. A small trickle of water escaped onto the warm ground. Baby 2 let out a shriek of pure joy. Water. In this sweltering heat, that little puddle felt like an oasis. Inspired, Baby 3 slapped the bottle with all his might. Splash, a spray of cool water flew everywhere. Baby 4, without a moment's hesitation, crawled directly into the puddle and sat down with a satisfied plop. Within seconds, all four babies were soaked. They were happy, laughing, and babbling in their secret baby language. One of them slipped on the wet mat, and another tumbled right on top of him. But there were no tears, only more laughter. A neighbor walking by paused, his eyes wide. He stared at the scene of wet, joyful chaos, and then he burst out laughing. "Those babies have more energy than most adults I know." He chuckled as he walked on. His comment finally made the mothers turn around. Silence. They saw four drenched babies with shiny bald heads, clothes covered in dirt, and the biggest, most unapologetic smiles you've ever seen. For a split second, you could feel the tension. Trouble was surely on the horizon. But then, the babies, as if on cue, looked at their mothers and let out a collective, infectious laugh. It was a sound so pure, so full of joy, it could melt a glacier. And it did melt their mothers' hearts. Instead of scolding, they sighed, shook their heads, and started laughing too. They quickly brought out a small plastic tub, filled it with water, and placed it safely on the mat. The babies now had their very own mini summer pool. Baby 1 splashed with abandon. Baby 2 took a sip of water and made a hilariously disgusted face. Baby 3 attempted to stand, only to fall back into the water with another happy splash. And Baby 4, the boss, just sat back and clapped for everyone's performance. People passing by couldn't help but stop and watch. Some pulled out their phones to record the adorable scene. Others just smiled, lost in memories of their own childhoods. As the sun began its slow descent, the babies' energy finally waned. One by one, they started leaning on each other. Four little bald heads touched, forming a tiny, perfect circle. Four small bodies breathed in a soft, peaceful rhythm. Baby 1 was the first to drift off. Baby 2 rested his head on Baby 3's shoulder. Baby 4 let out a massive yawn, and his eyes fluttered shut. The joyous noise faded, and a sense of calm returned to the street. Their mothers gently covered the sleeping pile of babies with a single, thin cloth. One mother whispered, "They don't know anything about the world yet." Another replied softly, "No, but they certainly make the world a lighter place." That summer day ended with laughter, water, friendship, and four shiny bald heads. There was no magic, no superpowers, just the simple, beautiful chaos of childhood, and that was more than enough. Thanks for watching.